what could be described as true to type. Impeccable sources have confirmed that ISIS in Africa, ISWAP, has executed about 20 prisoners that had been sentenced to death by the chief judge and his council as earlier reported. The execution took place on Saturday, July 31st, 2020 at about 10:30 a.m. local time at a location given at Tudun Wolgo, which is close to Sabon Tombo along Lake Chad axis. According to the reliable source, the executions were carried out and immediately after Eid Kaaba prayers at their central mosque in Tundun Wungo, part of the terrorist hideout. The jihadists had promised to execute about 14 individuals, including some key commanders, on July 31st, 2020. This was after the notorious warlord Amma Baba Kawa was executed at Kwalaram, close to Kwatan Magi. Kaka was killed on the evening of July 26, 2020, along with two of his lieutenants, Amma Muhammad Lawa, aka Abba Lawa, and Amma Musa. It will be recalled that the jihadist leadership had planned to carry out the execution of these individuals at a location that had previously been given as Tumbu Kuna. But for some inexplicable reasons, the actual location of the dastardly execution was changed to Tundu Wugu. Those executed included one Bar Master, an Islamic scholar who preached in the Tumbus, two Nigerian army soldiers named Withed, and one individual known as John, described by source as an Igbo man, who was abducted on suspicion and allegation of looking like a spy. The Atlas executions took place in a typical jihadist fashion amidst wide jubilation by hundreds of the insurgents compelled to watch, which comprised of jihadist fighters and young children mechanically chanting Allahu Akbar. A ring-like structure of cheering crowds of men and children that witnessed the executions included some top and key members of the ISWAP leadership, and amid very tight security. The source further stated that the men were treated in the most inhuman manner and then brutally murdered with knives and bled to death. Meanwhile, the jihadist leadership chaos continues to destabilize the Boko group and ISWAP structure in the Lake Chad region. This followed internal power struggles made worse by the recent sustained land and aerial coordinated offensives against the group by the Nigerian Army commanded by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Burutai, Chadian Army under President Idris Deby, and the regional multinational Joint Task Force troops. The successful offensives were mostly targeted at the jihadist strongholds, particularly in Tumbu, Guinea. Thousands of Boko members and ISWAP and their commanders have recently been eliminated, forcing a complete overhaul of ISWAP leadership and independent groups turned bandits. Some of the criminals spilled over to the northwest geographical zone of Nigeria to align and terrorize the vulnerable population. The summary of these activities carried out of some top leaders and other captives is part of an ongoing cleansing among the group. It is also aimed at consolidation exercise by the most recent ISWAP leadership of Ba Abubakar Lawan and the return of Abu Musab Abanawi to ISWAP High Command. In addition, a video clip of the act will be released soon by the group. In view of this development in the theater, all local and regional stakeholders must engage each other. They need to collectively collaborate further towards a common goal of achieving complete and sustainable defeat of this group and criminal elements hibernating in some parts of the northeastern and northwestern of Nigeria. All hands should be on deck among the armed and security forces of Chad, Cameroon, Niger, and Nigeria. Citizens and governments must support the military and security forces to succeed. It is a collective and people's war. No room for bickering or distractions. The painful aspect of this thing is that this thing has been going on for a very long time, more than 10 years. This thing has been going on. Who is going to be watching all those evil acts? Nobody is ready to be watching it. You can see it's been a long time. I could remember 10 years back, more than that. You'll be seeing some videos flying here and there because on most of the social media, nobody, you are not even allowed to be putting all those things because no platform will want to even encourage that. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and now they are telling us that because of the way army and the Chad and Niger army they really dealt with this Puku, that is why they are retaliating and doing this, committing all of these things. It's unfortunate, and we have a president that will just be looking. He cannot speak, but he will be. The spokespeople will be speaking on his behalf. He cannot speak. Even I can't even remember the last time he spoke. Even when he speaks, you don't even understand what he's saying. You don't even understand what he's saying. It could be anybody. The victims that we are talking about, it could be anybody because he's just thinking round. It could be anybody because some people just think that, oh, maybe this thing is just like maybe it's a story that somebody is just trying to put together. Just feel like writing anything. These things are happening. These things are really happening. It's unfortunate. Really, really happening. They gathered in their hundreds, if not thousands, but the Nigerian Army and Air Force could not gather information to deal with these people. Taking the lives of innocents after praying at mosque, can God answer their own prayer anyway? I am not surprised because we know Muslims with their way, and yet after doing all this, is committing all this atrocity, our people, they are called repentant Boko. That is another angle to it. That is another angle to it. That is another angle to it. Please fear God before you say anything. The federal government is bad. They will arrest these same fanatics and spend taxpayers' money on them, people's money on them. Even with the way people are complaining, those most especially the victims of these Boko people, the way they are complaining that the government is not even taking care of them, but they are taking care of the people who have dealt with them. The government has not even said anything. People have been talking here and there that why would you call these people repentant this? And meanwhile, the victims are not being taken care of. Nothing is being said about them. They are not being celebrated. They are not being taught. They are not graduating from any form of a class they are being put into or any form of education. But the ones that you think that have committed manner of things that will not be brought to book, you are pampering them. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.